Hi everyone. Okay, so today we are doing a love reading about their current feelings for you. Now, this is a specific person you have in your mind. You could be in a relationship with them, in a no contact situation, in a limited contact situation, or you simply like them and you want to know what they feel for you. This is a general reading, which means it may or may not apply to everyone. So please take it only if it resonates with your story. Now, another thing is that energies are always flexible. So whatever story will come out today, these can be your energies or your partner's energies. So please check accordingly. And this goes for cross watchers also who are here to see for their Virgo partners. This reading can be applied to your sun, moon, or rising sign. Now, let me quickly explain you the whole pattern of this reading. We will take cards out for your recent past, present, and upcoming future, and then the overall guidance for you from universe, right? Okay, so let's start with the love reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of May. And first we'll take out 3 cards here for the recent past and we'll see what energies are guiding us here. Okay guys, okay, there are more than 3 cards, so I will shuffle again. Virgo, why are you so restless? Cards flying out. Let's see what is coming for you. 3 cards for the recent past here. Okay, so we have King of Fire over here, Queen of Earth over here, and we have 3 of Water over here. All right, okay. King of Fire over here. King of Fire is your partner's energy, Virgo. You're dealing with someone, who's very fiery. Their personality is very loud, okay? And this person is very passionate, right? Go-getter kind of a person, and mostly extrovert, but for some of you, it can be ambivert also, okay? But mostly extrovert. And, they make the heads turn, right? Whenever they enter the room. Very pleasing personality, charming personality, okay? And someone, who's very self-made, okay? They don't really depend on others to get their work done, okay? Even if they are doing good in their career or in their studies, whatever they're trying to do professionally, this person is not dependent on others, okay? They take, in fact, they take as much responsibility as they can, because they're perfectionists, okay? They can't really trust somebody else, okay, for the kind of work they can do, okay? The kind of, quality they bring to a conversation, a task, they don't trust anyone else can do that, okay? So this person has very, very high standards, okay? Be it a relationship, be it, lifestyle, right? They have high dreams. This person is very ambitious, okay? But again, with the King of Fire energy being all of this, sometimes, we also face the challenge of them being egoistic, okay? Because of course, when you're not dependent on anybody, when you're a go-getter, you're courageous, you're fearless, that ego becoming an issue is very, very, easy, right? You have to be very evolved to kind of keep your ego under check, to make sure that you are not bringing it, into your close relationships, right? So this is what sometimes happens with the King of Fire energy, okay? Usually, overall, in general, they are a good person, who's out there to achieve a lot of things in life, and they are a giver also. Not that they're just taking from you, they are a giver also, but this person has very high ego if it is not kept under check, okay? Now guys, again, with the king does not mean we're only talking about males over here. These are just depiction of energies. Every soul has both masculine and feminine energies, okay? So it has nothing to do with the genders. This is very much applicable to females also, Okay, so what I'm sensing over here, that in the recent past, your partner has achieved a lot, okay, and but at the same time, they have built a strong wall, around them, even for you, Virgo. Okay, like you always have to kind of impress them, convince them, please them, and chase them. Okay, they honestly like attention, they die for attention, and they're not approachable. Even you are their partner, they're not really approachable to you. Okay, and so this ego is becoming an issue in the relationship over here, right? We have the Queen of Earth. This is your energy, right? Virgo is an earth sign. You're very much in your element, okay? So irrespective of the gender, your partner is holding the masculine energy and you are very much in the feminine energy, okay? So Virgo, you are trying to take it in a very mature manner, okay? You are kind of giving your partner time. You're kind of being extremely patient with this person. Even if they're provoking you, you're not trying to like burst out over here, break down over here. In fact, you're trying to put this energy into other constructive things, maybe working on your career or traveling, with your family or friends, or spending time there. Like you do not want to put any kind of energy into this right now. You do not want to feed to their ego right now, because maybe in the past, you tried convincing them to talk to you, you tried convincing them to be with you, and that only kind of fed their ego. Okay, they felt that they're entitled to it. Okay, so now what you're doing is that you're not breaking away, you're not walking away, you're not doing anything, but you're just keeping it cool right now. If they come around, you are very polite to them, very humble to them. Sometimes you even drop a message, how was your day? But there is no chasing energy and there's no pushing energy. And if they're not replying to you for 2 days also, you're perfectly fine, At least you're showing it to them. And like I said, you're not sitting and kind of feeling miserable about the whole thing, but you're investing that energy into something else. You're diverting your energies, your mind into something more constructive. Okay, that kind of energy over here. Right, because you feel that what you both share is too special to be broken down by something so low vibrational like ego. Your partner may or may not understand this, but Virgo, you're understanding that you don't want your relationship to be broken by ego battles. Okay, so even if your partner is keeping the ego, you're not keeping the ego with them. This is not ego battle going on. You just kind of giving them the space, and you're being patient with them. Like I said, you're humble around them. Even if you guys are married and they're home, you're doing everything as a partner. But you're not pushing them for anything. You're not picking up those conversations. You are not feeding their ego, right? You're trying to be calm over here, grounded over here, okay? And so that the energies do not become negative, okay? You are like investing your energy somewhere else, somewhere healthy. Because if you will not invest, you'll keep suppressing, and eventually the bombardment will happen. And you don't want that. You don't want that, right? We have the Three of Water. Three of Water is the energy of your relationship. So what I'm sensing over here is that in the recent past, there are a lot of people involved in this relationship, okay? Like some are intentional, some are unintentional, like your partner, because like I said, this person dies for attention, and they need someone to give them the attention. They need people to feed their ego. Since you're not doing that, so they are entertaining other people. Okay, now these other people can be just friends, can be just their followers, because like I said, some of them are quite well off, or they've achieved a lot professionally, so there are people who look up to them. And for others, this can be just a plain third party. They are not romantically involved with this third party for most of you, but they just like the attention they get. It can be as random as picked up someone from online dating, or just random on a party or anywhere. No emotional connection, I feel, from your partner's side, but they just like the attention, okay? And from your end, I feel, the involvement of people are more intentional. and you're more conscious about the involvement in terms of like, keeping your friends and family closer, because you want all the positivity in the world right now to make sure that you're not becoming bitter, because the moment you will also become bitter, okay, this relationship will suffer the most. Okay, you feel that one of you at least has to be balanced and has to act mature, and you are trying to take that responsibility, Virgo. Right? So your involvement of people is very intentional, conscious, and your partner, they're just doing random things, okay? Because they just want their ego to be fed. Whosoever is giving them, they're entertaining that person in any capacity, right? All right, guys, so now I will take out 3 cards here for the current energies, and we'll see how you're feeling, how your partner is feeling, and what is coming here. See, guys, I do not sense like, lack of love over here, or lack of, desire for each other. The togetherness is there. You guys want to be together with each other. It's just that, the kind of journey your partner is on, and the things that drives them, okay, they're not bad things, to be honest. They're not bad things, but excess of everything is bad, right? Okay, nobody dislikes attention. You don't dislike attention. I don't dislike attention, right? We all want it. We all want to be acknowledged, but to a limit, right? When we seek attention for the validation of our existence, that is where we are wrong. That is where the addiction is now getting created, and we are drifting away from our purpose. Okay, that is what is happening. All right, guys. So 3 cards here for the current energies. However, your approach, at least in the recent past, is a very, very mature, and honestly, dealing with such a person, okay, you can't go eye to eye for this person. If you will also follow the approach that, okay, they're doing, I'll also do, within minutes your relationship will be over. Okay, because when devil is sitting on the head, when all they want is the ego to be boosted, they will always choose ego over relationship, even if they regret later. So definitely your approach is the best. You have to be mature here. Okay, we have 2 of air over here. We have 5 of earth over here, and we have messenger of air over here. Okay. We have 2 of air over here. Okay. See, 2 of air, honestly, is your partner's energy. Okay. This person does not know, okay, how to, from here, take their life forward. Okay, see, it's quite contradictory with whatever I've said to you before, right? But the truth is this is what they are from the outside. This is how they come across to the people, even to you maybe. Very confident person, like very ambitious person, very charming person. But from within, this person is not that confident in life, to be honest, okay? And it is very much clear with their constant need for attention. Any person who's confident and who feels whole within themselves, they don't need the attention or validation from others. They're getting fine, they're not getting fine. They won't chase, or they won't play the mind games, okay? So that other people should chase them. So this shows, why your partner always feels this need for validation is because from within they're weak. From within, this person does not exactly know what to do. They're always living in this constant fear that, people might find out that I'm probably not that great, or maybe I'll end up doing something that people would label me as a loser, and they're always living in this fear. What if they lose this image of theirs? What if, nobody would respect them, nobody would chase them, nobody would give them the attention, and they'll be a forgotten story, a thing of the past. They're very scared of becoming a thing of the past here. They always want to be in the limelight. And even if they have to create some dramas for that, they're okay with it. But they always want to be in the limelight. So currently, this person does not know what to do. They are very much noticing that you are there and you're nice and you're humble and you're polite, but you're not chasing them and you're not pushing them. They're noticing it. Okay, they are kind of, entertaining other people, but then, like I said, there is no purpose over there. There's no vision there. It's just mindlessly happening, okay? entertaining other people because I'm getting the attention. But of course, this is not giving satisfaction to the heart and mind or to their soul, because they're drifting away from their path. And so this person currently feels extremely lost. They feel as if, things are slipping away from their hands, their relationship is slipping away from them. Okay, maybe, how they're feeling, how they're behaving, it could be impacting somewhat their professional life also. And this constant fear that people might find out, okay, then I'm not that great. Sometimes this desperation makes them do or say such big grand things, or make them, promise such big grand things that they know from inside they can never deliver that. So now they're living under that pressure also, that when I'll have to deliver my promise, how would I do that? So it's all a messed up thing inside them. Are you getting me? So you're dealing with someone, who has major inferiority issues, complexes, Virgo. And they try to cover these complexes by making a grand image of theirs, by saying some wise words. This person comes across as a very, very wise person, but it's mostly a pretension. I'm not saying that they're dumb or naive, no, they must have seen a lot in life, but it all depends on person to person. Some people, they go through struggles and they come out, as a warrior. Some people, they go through struggles and they only develop complexes and traumas, and they don't know how to deal with them. So your partner seems to be the latter case over here, right? And that is why for this relationship, or otherwise also, this person seems very confused. Of course they don't want to let you go. No, there is no this confusion is not about whether I want to be with Virgo or not. They want to be with you. There is no confusion in that. The confusion is how to take this connection forward. How should I get back the attention of Virgo without me asking for it? Because the fear of losing the attention and validation is from you also, right? You're not doing that. And since you're not fighting also, so they can't make an issue out of it also. Otherwise, they don't mind creating a drama, but you're not giving it a chance only. And that's why I said, your approach is the best approach right now. We have the 5 of Earth over here. Okay. The 5 of Earth is the energy of your relationship. Okay. So definitely both of you are feeling kind of, lost in this relationship. Okay. You guys are feeling lost in this relationship, and there's a lot of disconnection which is happening. Both of you, kind of doing your own thing. And specifically, you Virgo, that although you're keeping a lot of maturity over here and patience over here, deep down, you always ask that, do I deserve this? Don't I deserve to be loved? And, don't I deserve to be taken care of? Don't I deserve to be pampered? Why do I have to be the bigger person all the time? You're feeling kind of abandoned basically by this person. You kind of feeling hurt that they're choosing their ego over this relationship, and I have to do all of this. I have to keep pretending, but I don't know till when I can do this, and I don't deserve this. So you have this part of you which is very sad, really sad. There is no energy of revenge or even anger here. You're just sad over here. And your partner, definitely they're feeling, scattered and lonely because of their own fears. It's not that you're making them. Okay, it's their own fears. Because they are not... See, first of all, they have to drop down the wall that they have created, especially with you. They build the wall with the partner also. They can't treat you and the other people on the same level. Okay? They have to keep you above from the other people. And at least with you, they have to be transparent and honest with whatever they feel. They have to take that leap of faith. They have to trust you. So unless they'll not do that, them feeling lost and abandoned will be a natural thing. You're feeling abandoned because of them. Because this person is lost, fighting a battle which is not even necessary, to be honest. How they say, choose your battles wisely. Your partner is fighting a battle which is not needed. They can choose to be honest with you. They can come out as and become vulnerable with you. Right? You're there to support them, but they have to take the step. They have to kind of, risk it out. all the time, hiding behind, a curtain, hiding behind the strong image won't work. Someday, of course, it will shatter down. Their fears are right. For how long can you pretend? You have to own yourself, and you're here to help them, but they're not, opening up with you also. We have the messenger of air. Messenger of air is your energy, okay? And so you are trying to be, again, nice to them, but you're trying to be now a little honest to them. You're not initiating anything, but because, like I said, this person is feeling lost, and if they end up asking you something that, why are you behaving like this, or what is wrong, or something is bothering you, then I don't think so that you're right away, just venting all of it out, but you're kind of letting them know that, you expect them to be more open, you expect them to be more transparent and vulnerable with you. You're telling them that I want you to, express more how you're feeling, what you feel, what keeps you so, stressed out. Okay, so you're not making it about yourself, like how people, they do it about themselves, that why aren't you talking to me, why aren't you replying to me, why your behavior is not nice with me. You're not doing that. Okay, you are trying to make it about them. Okay, you are telling them that you seem stressed out to me, you seem off to me. Okay, I feel that the conversation between us can be more healthy. I am your partner, why don't you discuss it with me? You're trying to give them the comfort, and you're trying to be honest, okay? Because if you'll make it about yourself, again, that would be a pressure on them. But when you're making it about them, okay, that is about giving them the comfort that, I can see you, I can feel you. Even if you're not telling me, I can see that you're stressed out. So you're trying a very healthy approach over here, Virgo. Seriously. It needs some courage, and it needs like hell lot of patience, okay? To deal with such a situation, you need a lot of wisdom for that. And you're keeping all of it. You're keeping all of it. Because you love this person, and they love you too. You know it. But you just feel that they are kind of trapped, and they just need some guidance, right now. And if they'll get it, they'll be out of this trap, right? All right, guys. So now I will take out 3 cards here for the immediate future. But before that, I want to say that, guys, please understand, that energies are rigid, okay? And energies are flexible, and they're never rigid. So please don't chase timelines that, ma'am, April readings, ma'am, May readings, right? See, universe never works on our timeline, okay? The past, the present, the future, everything is happening simultaneously over there, right? And so focus on the message, guys. Okay, focus on the message, because whatever is meant for you, it will reach out to you. The medium can be me, somebody else, or something else, but it will come out to you. Universe is perfect for that. It will never miss out. You have to have faith in this. Right, I understand your anxiety about getting the readings, because the whole structure of YouTube with tarot readings has become very, very rigid with monthly readings, weekly videos. Some people are doing daily videos, but you need to ask yourself, is everything for you, or do you need all this information? No, maybe, right? So just focus on the message, guys, okay? That is why whatever will come here for most of you, it will happen within May, but for others it can happen, in August also, in December also, next year also, right? Okay, guys, so 3 cards here for the immediate future, and we'll see how you would be feeling, Virgo, how your partner would be feeling, and what is coming for this relationship. Let's see here. We have the 5 of water here, we have 3 of fire here, and we have the 10 of earth over here. Okay, all right. We have the 5 of water over here. Okay, 5 of water, you can say, is your partner's energy. And see, the moment you hinted out to them that, listen, I can feel you, and I know you're stressed out, it was almost like they felt seen and heard, a bit exposed also. Okay, they kind of wondering that can you really see their insecurities and complexes, and this is kind of breaking them down. This is like kind of, see, it's kind of a liberation also, to be honest. Okay, but they're having mixed feelings over here. On one hand, they feel bad because now they feel they're caught red-handed, that they were doing all of this intentionally to gain your attention. They were creating the dramas, or maybe they were entertaining other people just to kind of gain the attention. So they feel kind of guilty about it. They're embarrassed basically. Okay, and of course, now that they know that they are bothered, so all of that probably since days or months or years they have been holding back and trying to keep it together, all of it now is coming out because someone finally is seeing them for who they are and is not judging them. And again, guys, doesn't matter for how long you guys have been together. This person is finally feeling seen and heard. Yes, they're embarrassed. They feel guilty for the things they've done to keep that attention, okay, to keep that ego. But now everything is like dissolving. Their ego, their desire for attention is dissolving. They just want to be themselves. They want to break free. They want to open up in front of you, and like I said, it is getting them like major different kind of emotions over here. They're feeling angry, they're feeling frustrated, they're feeling happy, they're feeling liberated, they're feeling guilty, they're feeling embarrassed. Okay, but overall it's a healthy thing to happen. Because for how long a person can suppress, right? And now all of it is coming out, and it will come out. That is where the space will be created for something new to happen. They just wanted one person to see them for who they are, but they never wanted to tell that person that I am suffering or I am suffocating. But you noticed, and you put it out there, and you didn't make it about yourself. Right? And trust me, no matter what they did with you, they're extremely guilty about it. Because they're feeling, that Virgo is still thinking about me, and see what all I've done to trouble them. Right? 3 of Fire over here is your energy. Virgo, you are standing in energy, okay, almost ready to take off for a journey. But this is something that you're giving a message to your partner, that we don't have to stay stuck in this phase, because 3 of Fire is all about exploring new horizons, taking a journey with the hope that we'll find a new place, a new horizon, where we can start afresh, which would be a more abundant place for us, where we will grow more, prosper more, attract more happiness, right? And you're telling your partner, why don't you hop in? Why don't you hop in with me? And let's go from here. Whatever mess happened, in your career, in your family life, in your personal life with me, or with their past connections, if this is a new person, let it be, let it all be. I'm here and I'm not judging you. Okay? And because they are now kind of opening up, I'm also getting a feeling that Virgo, this is giving you also a lot of comfort to open up about your traumas, and this is also giving you a chance, to leave back your traumas, your unhealed parts, and go and explore new horizons for yourself also. So it's not just that this whole breakthrough is healing them, but it is kind of in turn healing you also, because you also have gone through a lot. And now that you're telling your partner that, listen, I'm not judging you, this is no judgment zone, okay? Come on, we'll start afresh. We'll go to a new place. Some of you can physically shift to a new place or new country. Others, it's all about emotional new beginning, okay? But this is kind of a lesson for yourself also. You're learning that even I don't have to stay stuck in my past. Even I can move on. Even I can start afresh mentally, emotionally, physically, right? So you're telling your partner that, listen, you don't have to stay so depressed. Come on with me. Come on, we'll go from here. And we have 10 of earth over here. This is your relationships energy. And finally, the moment both of you come together, the moment this vulnerability comes into your relationship, the moment this honesty and transparency come in your connection, the moment both of you decides to leave behind all the unhealthy parts, you are moving towards 10 of earth, the most stable energy in tarot. Again, earth sign. Both of you would be coming into a union, very stable union, which means getting married, getting committed, or moving in together, or starting a business together, or having a baby together, buying a home or property together, adopting a pet together, like something which is like related to long-term togetherness, stability over here, and the moment you guys will come together, it will not just improve this relationship, but also the overall stability. Like I said, your finances will also improve, your health will also improve, like you will see the overall growth and abundance in this relationship coming. Okay, very, very stable card, guys. The foundation is going to be extremely strong for this relationship, something which you always wanted to happen, Virgo, right? And you always knew that this connection is capable for that, and you got it here. And you should, kind of give yourself that credit. Tap your back, okay? You must. All right, guys. So now I will take out 3 cards here, and we'll see what universe wants to guide you in this situation. But before that, I want to say that, see, even now, at least after every video, at least one of you still messages me that, ma'am, whatever you said about my partner, they're my energies, and whatever you said about me, they're my partner's energies, right? So guys, understand one thing that I always say at the beginning of every video, that energies of 2 people in general readings are vice versa. They are interchangeable, right? So this can very well be you, Virgo, who's finally kind of feeling very emotional, embarrassed, guilty, but at the same time liberated that, okay, finally, like, I don't have to play this game with my partner. Because see, playing games are heavy. It's not easy for the person who's playing games also, right? All the time sitting and kind of, wondering what would be my next move, what would be the outcome of it, like, no focus on your health, no focus on other things, right? Where is the peace? Okay, so you're also liberated in a way, okay, but you just feel that I don't know how much my partner would be accepting me, or will they really kind of work with me, or will they give up, right? You have all those fears here, and this can very well be your partner who's telling you, who's giving you that confidence. Listen, I'm ready to move on with you. Together we can go to new phase, new place, whatever it is, and we'll start afresh. Okay, so whether this is you or whether this is your partner, Virgo, understand one thing, that either way this reading is correct. Okay, please don't force yourself to fit into a character to claim the reading. No, be honest and choose your path wisely, because like I said, either way this reading is correct, guys. Okay, all right, so now 3 cards here, and we'll see what universe wants to guide you for this situation, Virgo. Let's see here. Okay, so we have okay, we have 7 of water here, 9 of air here, and we have the Tower over here. Yes, so we have the 7 of water over here. Okay, now 7 of water, you can say, is the energy of your relationship. Okay, so the energy of this relationship had been extremely confusing over here for both of you, okay. Like I said, your partner, of course, all the time this person was so burdened by, how to gain attention, how to protect my real image, how to, keep myself popular, how to keep myself, special, all the time, this burden on their head. Okay, becoming bitter if things are not happening according to them, feeling the hit very hard. Okay, so, and for you, you have been, kind of confused, because you knew deep down this person is a good person, but you've always been like why they do this? I'm here, I'm not challenging them, I'm not even putting out any ego battle with them. Why do they have to make things so complicated? If someone is fighting with you, you fight back. Okay, but they don't even fight, they play these mind games. Okay, and when you know somebody is a nice person deep down, you don't even feel like, kind of being very harsh with them. So it has been a confusing journey for you also. Both of you, right? And we have 9 of air. This is your energy. So finally you're liberated. Finally, you, like I said, even you are liberated. Because now even you don't have to stay in this confused energy. Now you are also beyond that. And you are also, like I said, leaving behind your own traumas and your own, insecurities and moving towards new horizons with your partner. She's ready to take the flight. She's ready to fly over here. So you're also, now liberating, coming out of some kind of difficult phase, how she is kind of rising from the, from the surface, as if she was there beneath the surface, feeling suffocated, and now finally, she's rising above, right? We have the Tower, and it's almost the same energy here with 9 of air, but the intensity is way too high because Tower is the major arcana, and this is your partner's energy. So for you, the liberation has happened, but for your partner, everything of their past has been wiped out. They have just kind of, let it all out. Like I said, they have cleared it all out, and now they have created a space to build a strong structure with you. 10 of Earth. Very strong structure with you over here. Now this is not something, where they need constant validation or they'll entertain other people for that. No. This is someone who's very whole within themselves, complete within themselves, very confident. They walk by faith and not by sight. They're ready to give their all. Right? So finally this person has achieved this. So liberation is happening for both of you. Okay, but your partner needed it very, deeply. And that is why we have the Tower for them. You have been kind of learning your lessons in a healthy way. Okay, and that is why, for you, a bit of push was enough. The moment you saw your partner vulnerable, which kind of gave you the push that even I can leave behind whatever, I've gone through. I don't have to carry it all, whatever it is. Right? So both of you are creating this. Beautiful here. Right, Virgo? Alright, guys. So now I will take this deck and shuffle it, and I'll take one card out to see, if there is any specific message that universe has for you. But before that, I want to say that for the people who are coming here every month, you guys are very well aware about the crystal jewelry that I offer. But for the people who are coming here for the first time, I want to tell you why it is important to wear crystals. See, crystals, they come from beneath the earth, and earth is the only planet in our entire solar system, which has the power to create life, right? So you can understand how magical and powerful our Mother Earth is. Now, because, all of these crystals are coming from beneath the earth, so each and every crystal consists the same power, the same magic within them, okay? Now imagine if you can find a way to extract these powers from these crystals and you align them with your energies, how powerfully your life can change, okay? Now the best way to do that is to wear the crystals. It's even more powerful than keeping the crystals, because when you wear the crystal, of course it's making a direct connection with your energies, right? See guys, I've been dealing with crystals since very, very, very long. In fact, crystals have been the entity to guide me towards tarot, because I started reading tarot much later, okay? Crystals have benefited me in almost all areas of my life, my personal relationships, my finances, my health, right? Protecting me from low vibrational energies, black magic energies, okay? Negativity, evil eye, from psychic attacks. See, psychic attacks are very real, very harmful, and very underestimated. What are psychic attacks? Let's say you are sitting in a place, okay, and you're very motivated to take a step towards your personal life or professional life, very determined, okay? Or you are very expecting, some good news But what happens? Something opposite happens. Okay, you hear either a bad news or rejection or some kind of delay, right? Or you start feeling very anxious. Your panic attacks happen. Your health goes off track. Why suddenly all of this? Because someone out there is sitting and thinking so negatively about you that they are throwing away, okay, their negativity to you and taking all your blessings and positivity away, right? Because that's a law of the energy. If something is going from you, something else will come to fill that space, right? So crystals, they create that protective spiritual defense around you, okay, so that no one can take your positivity away and their negativity can stay with them, okay, because we call such people as energy vampires, okay. Also, crystals, they keep your intuition on point. Now, what is intuition? See, intuition is that pathway which, between you and the universe. It's that pipeline which connects you and the universe, right? But what is happening today because of all the greed, anxiety, negativity, psychic attacks, temptations, these are all waste, in that pipeline. So what happens when you have waste in the pipeline? The pipeline gets blocked, okay? And so our intuition gets blocked. So universe is not able to reach out to us. So what happens? We are cut off from the universe. We are cut off from our source, our home. Now what happens when you're cut off from your home? You're lost, you're lonely, you're depressed. And that is why, world over mental health issues are increasing day by day, because we are lost. We are cut off from our source, our home, right? So crystals, they make sure that your intuition pathway is clear and you're always connected to the universe. So it's only because of the intuition I'm able to channelize these messages for you even when I don't know you personally, okay? And not just in, intuitive world, like psychic world, you need your intuition. If your intuition is on point, you will always take right decisions in your personal and professional life also. Okay, protecting you from failures, from betrayals, from delays, from heartbreaks, right? Okay guys, so now there are 3 most important things that you must know before you buy crystals, whether you're buying it from me or somebody else. First, please do a little research and make sure you're buying original crystals, because there are a lot of people out there who are selling fake ones. Even few reputed websites are doing that, because it happened with my clients in the past, I know. Okay, so I know. Secondly, how one crystal benefits one person, it might not benefit, it might not benefit other people the same way. Why? Because all of us have different energy systems, different blockages, right? So just like how one medicine will not solve all the health issues in the world. You eat medicine according to your diagnosis, your illness. Same logic is applied here. Okay, see, the most common example of this is rose quartz crystal. How world over, it is being marketed as love crystal, and I'm sure most of you must have tried wearing it at least once to attract love in your life. But did it work for all of you? No. Why? Because rose quartz might not be your love crystal. It might be a career crystal, right? Let's say I'm wearing this clear quartz over here. If this clear quartz is helping me financially, the same clear quartz can help you romantically, okay? So if you do not know which crystal is good for you and for what purpose, don't worry. You message me on my crystal Instagram page. I will take your details and I will meditate on your energies and I will let you know, okay? Thirdly, please wear the crystals only after they're charged with your specific energies. Why? Because see, crystals, they have the tendency to connect with the energies they come across. Now, I come across so many people every day, so my crystal will try to make a connection with everybody. Now, I don't want that. Why? Because this way, all of its powers are now scattered, but I want all of its powers to be focused only on me, to work only for me, right? Now, how do I ensure that? I ensure that by carrying out certain intense rituals, okay, related to my energies and that crystal's energies, right? Now, again, I come across people trying to sell crystals by saying buy from us, right? They're charged by us. You need to ask these people, charged of what, in charge of whose energies? Have they taken your details? Do they know your blockages? Have they meditated on your energies? If no, then no, the crystal is not charged and it's of no use to you, because let me tell you, not everybody can do those intense rituals, right? So you have to be careful, okay? See guys, one thing I can promise you 1000% that crystals have the power to change your life, but you have to be responsible towards them. They're not fashionable jewelries. They're living entities who are always listening to you, protecting you, guiding you, supporting you, loving you, right? They're your guardians. So have faith in them. Okay, all right. So now I will take out one card here for Virgo, for the current energy, for the current situation, and we'll see what specific message universe has for Virgo here. Okay, Okay, so see, we have a happy card. Big happy changes are coming for you, Virgo. I told you. 10 of Earth. You know, you have a transformation coming with 9 of Air, you getting liberated. Tower, complete transformation of your partner is happening, which is, you know, taking you to big happy changes, new horizons, new places, new mental and emotional, you know, cycle starting for you. A happy one, a fulfilling one. Even financial abundance coming to you both, right? So beautiful card there. Okay, all right guys, so that's it for today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, then please subscribe this channel. Also comment here. Please comment here, guys. Please let me know how much these readings are resonating with you, you know, because the moment you write something here, you know, you're creating that energetic relationship with me, because at the end of the day, everything is energy, right? And every time I'm doing my healings or my personal meditations, you know, those positive energies automatically reaches out to you. So take benefit of that. It is going somewhere, you know. You take benefit of it, right? Also like and share the video. And for the people who want to book their personal readings with me, you guys should contact me on Instagram. Also on Instagram, every morning prediction for the day is posted, and every day one person is picked up for a free detailed reading. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I would be putting the links both for my tarot Instagram page and my crystal Instagram page in the description box below. You can check it out. Okay, so I'll see you guys again very soon. Till then, please take care of yourself. God bless you. Bye.